Jeff Burton's crew looking to see if he's going to be able to hold them off. And Jeff Burton would love to see somebody try DJ on the bottom side or high side. If they get side by side, that would give him white flag.
Dale Jarrett's been the fastest car in qualifying, one of the fastest in practice. Jeff Burton had only 2 fresh tires on that last stop, but he's done everything to keep Jarrett in his mirror. 2 miles to go.
Kim Burton looking on, praying, not breathing much right now. Come on, Jeff, she says.
Wallace trying to line up with Jarrett. Can they make a move? Will Burton give them anywhere to go?
I don't think he will.
I think Burton's going to run that perfect line. Jarrett looks to the outside now. Nowhere to go there. Trying the bottom side again.
Jeff Burton won his first Winston Cup race on CBS. He comes off turn 4, and he's going to win the last Winston Cup race on CBS. Jeff Burton over Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, and Mark Martin, winning the Pepsi 400.
Now 2 team cars race in the 1 and 2 positions.
That's who Dale needs to see in his rearview mirror right now. That's the best thing he can see.
Will Michael Waltrip block for Dale Jr.? Will he try to win the race himself? White flag is out. Final lap at Daytona. 180,000 on their feet, screaming wildly. 2.5 miles to go.
Just exactly the opposite of the Daytona 500. It was 15 and 8. Elliott Sadler is trying to keep Bobby Labonte behind. He can't do it. But he does move down in front of Rusty Wallace on that fast line.
Clear. Bobby Labonte looking for some help, trying to get up there. His teammate Tony Stewart has never answered the black flag.
And they're 4 wide back between the Wallace boys.
Here they come, turn 4, final lap of the Pepsi 400. Michael Waltrip in second, but it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. using lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st and score the victory in the Pepsi 400.
That's unbelievable.
Yes!
That man behind you did it for
Yes!
you. You guys celebrate. You love you, man. You did it.
That was beautiful. Very, very nice.
Junior, you're happy.
Look at that smile.
Rusty were really going at it.
3 wide all the way from 10th place on back.
4 laps to go.
Whoa, Jeff Bodine gets into time. They saved it.
Holy cow.
That's as close as you can come to wrecking without.
And here goes Junior by Michael.
Now where's Rusty going to go? Looks like he's going to stay with Michael on the bottom. Sterling Marlin to 40. He's going to stay with Rusty. They're going to see Charlie Earnhardt in the back.
There's another car about to. Cars are all over the place again.
Ryan Newman, 12 car. Dave Blaney in the 77 as well.
And they're racing back to the caution.
And this could be the race.
And here comes Sterling making a run.
They'll come to the flag with 3 to go. Michael Waltrip leading them home. Rusty Wallace looking for his first Daytona win. Here they come to the caution flag.
And this could be the race. I don't know there'd be enough time to throw a red flag. As we have 3 laps to go. Caution flag.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes across in 6th outside of Mark Martin.
Boy, that was some. that was some.
In the backstretch, a lot of debris.
That's a shame. Dave Blaney had a great car all night long.
Well, they almost wrecked them all going down into turn 1. Got over into turn 2 over there. A car spun and collected these other cars.
It was Ryan Newman, the rookie, who went sideways in the backstretch. And there the track crews are talking to Ryan, trying to help him out.
Like you said, Mike, there's no way we can stop this race. You'd have to stop it right now, and there's no way to do that.
Jeff Green.
Based on what I've seen, I would be ill-advised if they did.
There's Newman out of the car, taking off the support, the Hutchins device. Path for Michael.
No, we're a generation apart. I'm more like a father to him, and you know what, sons and fathers, he doesn't listen to me very well. He and I have a great relationship, but it's different than if we were closer together in age.
But I tell you, Dale Earnhardt owned this racetrack. Finally got that Daytona 500 win. Looks like DEI is starting to own this place. 5 of the last 7 restrictor plate races here.
Here he comes to the flag. Michael Waltrip wins the Pepsi 400.
They're hooking up with Jack Roush onto the NASCAR Busch Series, champion there 1 year ago.
And if the caution flag should come out now, the race is over. They will not red flag this race with less than 5 laps to go.
Matt, what about Biffle?
The guy calling the race from the spotter stand for Greg Biffle is Joel Edmonds, who last night was calling the race for Michael Waltrip. They came home second. He's telling him, keep it on the bottom. The AT will try you high, but just keep it on the bottom. He has no help.
Ward Burton is on pit road out of gas. White flag is in the air. Final lap. Are we seeing a rookie breakthrough at the biggest track of all? Or can Bobby Labonte get a run and Labonte slow down? Is Labonte out of gas?
He's out of fuel.
Bobby Labonte's come up dry. He's definitely out of fuel. Now Biffle can try and breathe it and make sure he has enough, because it's a long way back to Jeff Burton, 3 seconds. What an upset this is going to be. Final corner for Greg Biffle. There'll be a celebration in the Pacific Northwest tonight. There's his girlfriend Nicole. For Jack Roush, Greg Biffle is going to score a win at Daytona in just his 23rd NASCAR Winston Cup start. Greg Biffle wins the Pepsi 400.
And Roush comes 1-2, and Ricky Rudd comes in third. Another car close with close Jack Roush ties. All right, guys, congratulations to you.
Awesome job, guys. Way to go.
Randy Goss, the crew chief's voice there.
The voice of reason.
Call him Radar. Looks a little bit like the actor that played the Radar character in the old MASH series. How about Greg Biffle? First-time winner this season.
But 2 now. He's trying to run low and can't.
Bump drafting down the back straightaway, trying to catch the Hendrick Chevys.
Well, Junior lost a bunch of time that time off of turn 2. I think he got to pushing.
And Darrell, that's exactly what's happening to his car. His car will not turn off the corner. He said he's still going to try to go to the high side, but he's going to give up 3rd position to Kurt Busch if he's not careful. White flag this time.
The cake's all dough, boys.
Johnson, a look to the bottom. He got the least little bit out of line, and Junior's there.
And look what that did. That let Junior get there. I mean,
but he gives up a lot of ground right there, Darrell.
Yeah,
his car will not turn from the center off.
It's just too tight off at 2 over there. That's where you got to squeeze out the throttle ever so slightly. He's going to get a run at him, but it's going to be too little, too late.
Busch is coming, and Mark Martin has a run on Tony Stewart.
Here
and
comes
the front
Junior.
four
He's
are
going to
back
go
together again.
He's going to go the high side, but it ain't going to do him any good.
This lap, this race 5 times has been won by a last lap pass. Jimmy Johnson locked onto his teammate and mentor Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's DuPont Pepsi Chevy is going to win the Pepsi 400. Free Pepsi Edge for America.
Jimmy Johnson 2nd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 3rd, Kurt Busch in 4th, and Tony Stewart with those 2 tires comes on 5th. Good run for Mark Martin, though, in the 6th car finishes 6th.
Stuck, I'm done.
31 came down on Carl Edwards in the 99. And that's Kevin Harvick was right in the middle of it.
And there's Busch going through the grass.
And there's a 22 car on the inside of Jeff Gordon. When Mike Wallace just squeezes by.
Was that Mike Wallace or was that Mayfield?
No, I thought it was Mike. Could have been Mayfield.
This is on board with Dale Jarrett.
Man, that's right down pit road. Good move.
Kenseth has never won here, but he's taking the long way around on the outside.
Now just remember, it gets really tense coming down the back right here. You start blocking.
In turn 3. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Will we go to overtime, or will the checkered flag wave?
That's it. We were in a white flag lap.
We took the white flag. We took the white flag.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution. The yellow flag waves as they come toward the finish line. Tony Stewart And the Home Depot Chevrolet will score the second win.
Look at that. That 5 car is strong, man.
Not only is he strong, I'm telling you, he is driving the wheels off that thing too. He's going to be in the gas all the way. I don't care how sideways this thing gets.
Last lap. And he needs to be, because if they wreck right now, he's got to be the first guy across that loop.
Kyle Busch now has his brother Kurt behind him.
The one thing is Kyle Busch has the inside, and because of where the start-finish line here is, at this place, the inside line is the line if you can maintain it coming out of turn 4.
Will Edwards,
man, I'll tell you what.
Will Edwards help his teammate, or will he make a move for the win?
I don't know if he'll be able to make the move for the win.
Kyle Busch is the guy right here. He's your winner.
He's going to have the momentum, and he's going to get to the line.
Coming to the checkers.
Oh, wow. That was close. I don't know.
Waiting for scoring.
I think the 26 got him.
It says 26 on the monitor.
Wow. Great. My God. What an incredible finish.
It does not get any. I don't know who. Like I said,
that was incredible. I would have bet all the money in the world Kyle Busch had that thing when he came out of turn 4.
NASCAR is going to look at the video.
The 26 surged right there, right at the line.
It's like the Truck Series races that we've seen here in the past. Where you
Jamie McMurray has won the Pepsi 400.
Man, that was great.
That's incredible.
Watch the 26 just get a surge right before the line.
It's his teammate right behind him, Carl Edwards.
Right there, the 5 had the advantage, and he had the momentum.
And here they are, and you see.
Now watch right here.
Right there. You see it start to move again.
Remember the finish in the 500? How about that?
That's good stuff.
That's incredible.
Jamie McMurray replaced Sterling Marlin after Sterling was injured in a crash. He won his second career start, but has not had much success. He changed teams. He went to Roush. He's gone 166 races without a win until this moment, just seconds ago. Green flag's in the air.
Wow, that was a really, really slow start.
That could have been one of those starts that just turned people down.
Jeff Gordon gets turned.
Right there.
Like that.
Just like that, man. Just exactly like that.
Watching the flag stand, still under green.
No harm, no foul, because he's far enough out of the way. Unless he just sits there. If he sits there.
No, they're not. I don't think they're done yet.
If he sits there, they'll throw the caution because he's in a bad place.
Kyle Busch fighting for the lead with Carl Edwards.
He's going.
Gordon is back underway. A lap and a half to go.
Edwards is just looking for a way to get around. He's got it. Got the spot, and he's got help. Oh, no! Kenseth!
What did Kenseth do?
Couldn't hold it down.
He couldn't get it turned down in time to follow Carl, or to get it to the right to follow Carl.
Kurt Busch in second spot.
Just like last year, but
wow, they just covered up.
Last lap at Daytona.
Oh, we got it, guys.
That's it.
Oh, man. Oh,
yeah, it's not.
I can't believe he did not wreck.
Keep rolling here.
Oh, now they're wrecking.
Now they're
my
wrecking.
goodness. That's incredible.
Now the caution flag is out.
I think we got it. That's ours.
There were 5 wrecks before the wreck.
My good, I could not believe those guys waited. I thought they wrecked coming out of 4.
I thought they wrecked on the restart. Again, the field is frozen when the caution comes out, and NASCAR will use the scoring loops and videotape to look at the final finishing order.
I think the 99, is it Kyle or is it 99? Who's your...
I was saying that. I mean, it looked like the 99. What it was, but who knows when they when they threw it.
These guys really don't care. They're going to ride right there in that position all the way back around here. That's going to be a tough call right there. I don't know. They're going to have to check the scoring loops. Anything that's coming up on a computer or anywhere else is not right now because they're going to scoring loops.
Checkered flag. Carl Edwards pulls ahead, but we will wait for the official word from NASCAR. A wild finish to the Coke Zero 400.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was incredible. Great. You got to give a heads up to, you got to give a tip of the hat to Matt Kenseth. And how about Kurt Busch? I mean, to get him to start in a car he's not even been in.
Okay, here come the replays. And we'll be watching with you.
Okay, you can see Carl Edwards has the advantage right here.
But right there, the 18 does. Where's the scoring loop when the caution comes out? The 18's in front right there.
Right.
So where's the loop?
It's still green.
Yeah, I understand it's still green, but
it's not the scoring loop.
It's the video.
When it's for the finish of the race,
videotape.
it's the video.
That's
You're
right.
seeing right there. If the caution's out, it doesn't matter about the scoring lap.
It's not out yet. There it is.
All right, the 18's in front.
There it is. Yeah.
The 18 would be the winner.
The winner of the Coke Zero 400 is Kyle Busch.
We're not done as we're coming around, getting ready for the white flag.
31 is Burton Carl.
Here they come, here they come. To the outside. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's got him, and Tony cuts off Hamlin.
What's Tony going to do?
You're clear.
And now the question is, Tony's got no help because these guys are running too wide behind him.
Right.
So now it's man on man right now.
I don't think it's gonna get wider here in a minute, I believe.
Here comes Johnson in behind Stewart. Is it enough? Hamlin's high side up there by himself in the 11. First lap led all night by Kyle Busch, and it's the money lap, and it might be all it takes. Now, what does Johnson do to help Stewart?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Busch is going to hog all the racetrack, or he should. He's mirror driving right now.
Tony Stewart trying to get to the bottom.
He may get turned for mirror driving, but he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze in there.
See that hand?
Shoving to the bottom.
He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
there he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall.
Oh, my God.
Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man, that's an ugly finish. But incredible.
But that was 100% mirror driving, and that's what you have. That's what Kyle Busch had to do.
That's what Kyle Busch had to mirror drive. Tony Stewart had to put the car there and stick the car where. We saw this same thing in Talladega when with the 09 car with Keselowski. He stuck his car in there, he drove it, he put it where it needed to be, and that's the way it was.
Look at the damage to his race car as Kyle Busch crawls out and walks back down the racetrack.
But, I know people are going to start, well, this guy did this and that guy blamed this guy. Let me tell you, Kyle Busch did what he needed to do. Tony Stewart needed to. This is how you go after winning a race at Daytona. You leave everything on the table. This is Daytona.
The fireworks are going off in the sky, but the fireworks on the racetrack even bigger.
The green-white checker finish could provide even more fireworks on this 4th of July. Back under green, overtime at Daytona.
Good jump in that outside line right there that time.
Yeah, and I think Jeff Gordon wants to go.
Yeah, Jeff's going with him. I think Jeff's doing
to pull down.
I think Jeff's doing to the 33 what the 29 wanted to 33.
Oh, up on the high side.
Oh, Gordon getting aggressive, going to the outside of Clint Boyer.
He's going to have a good run, too.
That's a big move by Jeff right there.
Wow, he just drove right around him. Harvick inherits the lead in that bottom lane, help from Kane.
Oh, wow, he gets popped by Boyer, almost turns Gordon in the wall.
Gordon able to keep it off the wall. And speaking of Burton, look at him on the bottom lane, getting help from Dale Earnhardt Jr.
You got the 24 and the 9 on the outside. You got two guys that's not been there. This is going to be white flag right here.
White flag is out. Kevin Harvick, the race leader.
That 29 car is going to get wide here in a minute. Because he's got to stop this momentum of this 9 car. Look at the 2 car up there on the outside. Coming. Look at Kurt Busch.
He's been involved in the last 3 cautions.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy right here.
Driver number 2 will not be denied. There goes Boyer around.
Backing up a little bit. Got the bin behind you. Come on. Keep coming.
As of now, we don't have a caution. We'll see if they let him race back to the line, and it appears they will.
And there's no caution because he's so far behind and there's nobody back there. I'm sorry.
Kevin Harvick, the race leader, off of turn number 4. Casey Kane and Jeff Gordon behind him. Will they make a move? They will not. Harvick wins at Daytona.
The 2 car. They got together right here through the trial. These guys did, the 2 and the 71.
Good run by Bobby Labonte. You got to give him a little credit there. He's
top 10 finishes
15,
for
16.
by Casey Kane on the outside.
That was a huge shove. He got
look in the
just
middle.
enough off those guys.
They had to lift.
Shuffled out.
He got a little bit out of shape there. Newman had to get out of the gas, and that was it.
Here we come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for David Reagan.
All clear. 1 factor double wide.
And look who's right behind Kenseth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has joined the party.
Watch Harvick swing high here, though.
Kevin Harvick's been known to break hearts at Daytona. He did it to Mark Martin in 2007 in the Daytona 500. He won this race 1 year ago. David Reagan, a half a lap away from his first victory.
It's now time, isn't it, for the 20?
It's time for the 20 to do something, or...
1 back through your bike pad.
That's it.
Reagan behind him.
David Reagan.
Behind the race leader.
David Reagan.
No caution yet. David Reagan coming
Still
back
wrecking.
to the start-finish line.
They're wrecking again.
Everywhere now.
They're wrecking again.
Reagan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
2 separate wrecks on the last lap.
Great job. Thank you a lot, man.
Oh, man, these guys are flying by Newman.
He was a sitting duck.
No kidding. That's the scariest part of it being in a wreck like this, is sitting in a racetrack when guys are coming at you 180 plus miles per hour. That was scary.
That's ugly racing right there.
You can't beat Daytona. Trevor Bayne does it in the Daytona 500, his first career victory. And tonight, I'm sure tears of joy for David Reagan, who's celebrating his first ever win.
That was big. That was nicely done by both those guys right there.
Thanks for the help, man. Thanks for the help.
So here's the first wreck, Kyle, that we talked about on the final lap.
Yeah, and it's hard to really say. You see the 9 car get turned, the 9 to 51 and the 00. It's hard to say right there because they're just in the corner of the screen. But in front of these guys, they're wrecking on around the corner here.
All this happened
you see
over
right here
in turn 3.
It looks like somebody got. It looks like Castle just slid up the racetrack and got into the left rear of Ambrose.
Yeah, and
he may have got shoved up. You know, by that angle, it's hard to see, but
it is hard. And the 00 had already been in an accident, and so had the 51 car of Landon Castle. These guys had already been in an accident, and there's Vickers getting in the middle of this one too, because he had already been in the other accident.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. Side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch.
Oh my God!
We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be. They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
For the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow Smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
Oh, we'll take that.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win.
Great move by Jeff Burton right there. I tell you,
that was a
great race by
save.
Jeff Burton. I'm telling you, incredible save, an incredible job to put him in position. And you know, Matt's just where he's got to be, but Casey Kane deserves a lot of credit for that too, pushing that 14 and getting him in the right position.
Did you see the water spitting out of that thing, man?
Up,
I mean, he sacrificed his engine right there.
We told you in Countdown to Green, it's all going to come down to the final lap, and it did not disappoint once again.
Way to drive that thing. I might figure it out one day.
That's incredible.
Dale Earnhardt won 34 races here. That's more than anybody when you go across all the series. Second on that list at this track, Tony Stewart. Tonight, he collects his 18th checkered flag. And it's his 4th in this race in the last 8 years. And oh, by the way, now he's got 3 wins, joining Brad Keselowski. How huge will that be when we head to the playoffs in September?
It's easy to say, well, you got to do this and jump on the outside of him. You can't get to him.
No, that was a power move. He just powered away from the pack as they come down through there.
You gotta get wide. White flag is out. Next flag will decide it.
Wow.
Tony Stewart feeling good, and how about Kurt Busch in that outside lane with help from David Gilmour?
Oh, here we go.
We got trouble.
There we go. That's it.
Like I said, you lead at the white.
That's it.
You're good to go. But they may
No
race to the
caution yet.
finish.
They're going to let them race back here. That happened over in turn 2, so they got plenty of room.
All right, let them race, boys.
Hopefully they're cleared when they get back down there.
Tony Stewart won this race last year. He's won it 4 times.
Shoving the 14. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but
through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off the corner, here comes Jimmie Johnson. He's dominated the race. Now he can see the finish line. That's Busch in the outside lane, not making a move.
Oh,
trouble behind him.
Danica.
Danica and others. Jimmie Johnson gets the win at Daytona.
Yeah, she got turned right there.
that was a dominating performance by the 48
yes,
team
it
tonight.
Was.
Led 93 laps.
Thank you.
That's another race. The last 3 or 4 races, and I know people get tired of hearing us talk about him, but the last 3 or 4 races, he's dominated these races.
13th position. You see him in the back portion of this draft, but he's being black flagged. Apparently some debris coming off of his car.
Michael McDowell doing a nice job today.
Slow. Caution for debris or for rain.
You heard it there. Caution, 7th time today. This one for rain. And the cars have come down pit road because the rain has set in once again here at DIS. And immediately as they came down pit road, the crewmen hopping over the wall to come out and look at the cars. And the rain came at the perfect time for Aric Almirola, who was out front. Finally, we get a huge thunderstorm, and NASCAR says we are done today. Almirola gets the win. First time the 43 has been in victory lane since April of 1999 when John Andretti did it at Martinsville. And we predicted in our pre-race coverage last night the chase grid would look different after today's race, and it does.
Third, Kevin Harvick in the 4, Jimmie Johnson in the 48. This time by, they'll see the white flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to the bottom of the racetrack to block. White flag in the air one more time around Daytona.
11, one bottom. Here he comes.
They're side by side for second. 2-car length lead for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they work their way through 1 and 2, and down the backstretch they go. Junior blocking the lower line. Does that give the advantage to the 48? Junior jumps up in front of Jimmie Johnson. To the bottom of the racetrack, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to stay in front of the pack. They work their way through 3 and 4. Into the triangle they come. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Members pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
watch this replay, when he gets into the catch fence, the car comes to a complete stop. I've never seen a car stop that quickly before.
And again, they're going upwards of 190 miles an hour through the tri-oval. You see where that car got up into the air and into the catch fence. And as you mentioned, it came to a stop right there.
You see the fence is pulled away, but the cabling, the horizontal cabling is still intact. They try to keep the car, any large pieces of the car, on the racing surface and out of the stands or the walkway area there.
There is the engine.
Incredible impact. Unbelievable.
And what an incredible sight to see the thumbs going up from the crew members that were checking on Austin, and then Austin Dillon to walk away from that accident. Safety crews continue to check on all of the drivers that were involved in this incident. Let's take another look. Dale Earnhardt Jr. crossing the start-finish line, winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the Ford's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 51.5. And now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like a toy. That's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Finish line, looking for the white flag. One more time around. Brad Keselowski out front. Kurt Busch running second. A big run by Kyle Busch on the outside. Here comes Kyle. Kyle in the 18. He has help from Trevor Bayne in the 6 behind him.
6 up top, off behind the 41.
2 by 2 behind Brad Keselowski. The final time down the backstretch. Joey Logano trying to make the inside line work. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4. They'll see the finish line. Brad Keselowski out front. Around goes Kurt Busch. Keselowski's going to hang on. Keselowski wins at Daytona.
Thank you, guys. Great team effort today. Very proud. Thank you.
Kurt Busch slides across the finish line. Brad Keselowski had never won at Daytona before. Penske getting their 100th Cup win in this, the 50th anniversary. And the team starts to celebrate.
Hi, Daytona.
Daytona. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. No bigger place to win a race. And Brad Keselowski, in 15 tries, hadn't done it before. He does it tonight.
And you heard him mention he's a Sprint Cup champion, but that's how important this racetrack is to this series, to these drivers.
Your strategy was right. He got his teammate behind him. His teammate did a great job of pushing him out front, and then Brad did an even better job of blocking all the runs from coming from behind.
A tradition that Brad has had ever since he has been to victory lane. He will grab the American flag, and it's fitting on this 4th of July weekend that the Stars and Stripes will celebrate with Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski celebrating here at Daytona. This moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. Once the leader crosses the overtime line, If a caution comes out, the race is official. They're going to get to it. They do. Now the fight back to the finish. They've got a lap and a half to go.
17 hard. Here he comes.
Here comes the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a power move on the inside. He takes the lead.
David Reagan saw that line coming from the top, thought he needed to block that. Stenhouse had such a run on the bottom, he didn't get the right car blocked.
Stenhouse Jr., white flag in the air. One more time around. Michael McDowell in the 95 running second. A slide by the 24 of Chase Elliott. That's before they get into turn one. The caution hasn't come out yet. They want him to be able to race back to the checkered flag. Paul Menard now moves up to second. Clint Bowyer's in third. Clint Bowyer trying to find a line, trying to get some momentum. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wants to stay right on the double yellow line. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looking for his second win in the Cup Series. He's going to get it at the biggest stage. Stenhouse Jr. wins at Daytona. Eric Jones, Mark Truex Jr. side by side for the lead.
Outside line looks more organized. Only two cars really down on the inside.
Coming back to the white flag. If they get it, the race is official. 2.5 miles to go at Daytona.
With only two cars down there, Truex is going to have to side draft so much. He's not going to get a lot of help from Casey Kane.
Look at this outside lane. 47's pushing to 37. That's going to get him to the 20 possibly. Here it comes. Here comes the outside lane to the 20.
Down the backstretch they go. Eric Jones in the 20. He's in front. He got a big push from the 37 of Buescher. Here comes the 78 once again. Jones has never won in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Easily blocked
the
that.
78 of Mark Truex Jr. has never won on a restrictor plate track. Coming to the Tri-Oval for the final time. Eric Jones has won at Daytona.
Listen to that emotion. That me.
Oh, you know he's in. That outside line got organized, and he came up and just gave him a shot and pushed him past Martin Truex. And then say, hey, we're going back, caution.
And so now the pace truck is going to bring the field back onto pit road, and we'll go to Marty.
And Kurt Busch, Rick, is livid on the radio. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Got the news of the century. Yep. 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 They took one away from me in 2014 as well.
The fans here at Daytona. What a great way to spend the time. We mentioned,
man,
the catch bench is tough. Did you see Bubba's reaction too?
Oh yeah, because
he
Bubba's got it over.
There we go. Not a tight spiral, but at least it made it up into the grandstands.
No, good thing it's not a windy day. That thing was not going to cut through the breeze.
It's not like you were on TV or anything when you did that.
I mean, I've seen the pass rush just right here. You see the defender, he gets his hand up, the defender being the 25-foot chain link fence, and he's going to knock this one right out of the air.
It appeared that the pass rush was coming. He had to get rid of it quickly.
Coming our direction again. So not only is it raining now, but it looks like another wave of the hard rain is coming.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bud.
Go see your family.
You're seeing it live. Hey. There's your winner.
He's being told right now.
He's getting ready to go.
Justin Haley has won his first ever Monster Energy Cup Series race.
That was awesome, man.
You know, I mean, I didn't do anything.
I know.
I did nothing.
You stayed up front all day.
Yeah.
Got back into the lap and got yourself in the spot. That's what music, you know.
Playoffs.
Christopher Bell, a 25-year-old, going up right now against the 22-year-old and William Byron. Those two leading at Daytona.
And too wide behind them. Not a lot of energy that's going to be generated from that.
As long as they're too wide, now you're starting to see a little bit of a run from that top lane. That's going to move this bottom lane. Truex to the outside of Bell.
What was the number you mentioned earlier, Steve? How many times at super speedway races has Martin Truex Jr. come up a little bit short?
Car in the fence, hard.
Oh, hard. Clint Boyer in the 14 slamming into the wall.
Hold your line, hold your line, hold your line.
They've already taken the white flag. The next flag will end the race. Martin Truex Jr. out front. Now William Byron fighting on the inside for the lead and the win. They run behind him again.
Stay with your teammate.
They continue to fight.
You're clear.
Through 3 and 4. William Byron looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Cup Series. A win, a secured spot in the playoffs. William Byron's going to win. Oh. Chase Elliott coming home in second. NASCAR has told us they wouldn't throw the caution if they thought the drivers were not in danger, if they were involved in an accident. They let them race all the way back to the checkered flag. You see the 13, Ty Dillon, hard contact. We saw the 4 of Kevin Harvick also involved. Clint Boyer was involved.
21 and Matt DiBenedetto crossed the line in 12th with a little bit of damage from some of those crashes happening in that last lap. Or he has a little bit of...
Right now, unofficially, the 48 of Jimmie Johnson out of the playoffs. The 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Taylor, you can continue crying. We know you're watching at home. Matt DiBenedetto looks to have just made it into the playoffs. And there, the remnants of the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. A 7-time champion.
You better do a hell of a burnout.
William Byron, only the second driver ever to win in the 24. Of course, Jeff Gordon made the number famous.
Yeah!
This checkered flag moment brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Chad Knaus, a 7-time champion.
Buescher to the inside now. But Corey LaJoie in the back bumper, the 12 car, Ryan Blaney down the front straightaway, clears Blaney. They're side by side. Blaney gets pushed way out. The organization's on the outside.
Chastain underneath Austin Dillon, putting him 3 wide in the middle.
Harvick in the back of the 7 car. They're going to have a big run.
Oh! Corey LaJoie fakes to the inside, stays to the outside. He's getting shuffled back now. It's Blaney out front.
Suarez in the middle of this.
Harvick running second. A big shove coming from the middle. Daniel Suarez in the 99. He gets turned into the 4, and they go into the wall. The next flag will end the race. And there is the caution flag. Ryan Blaney wins. The big accident happens behind him.
Good job, boys. Way to get it done. Good, we had it.
Ryan Blaney had cleared the pack by 4 car lengths, and then Suarez and Harvick, contact made. You see the 42, Ross Chastain involved. Kyle Larson is there. High centered is the 3 of Austin Dillon. He's not going anywhere. Corey LaJoie caught up in this. Tyler Reddick, because of the points that he has earned, will fill that 16th spot for the playoffs. But this is what happened on the backstretch.
Big run with Suarez, with Kurt Busch pushing him, and they just made contact. And
yeah, Suarez goes to the inside of the 4 car there to try to take that run that 1 car of Kurt Busch's gave him, and Kurt gets into the right rear quarter panel, turning the 99 into the 4. Kurt trying to get low with the 99, just not able to get there, not able to help him. Turns him into the 4, and away they go.
Here it is right here. That was the move, and then, as you said, Kurt just trying to push him and gets him in the right rear. And car back there trying to make a move. Here comes David Reagan to the outside of Noah Gragson. He's going to have some help. Cody Ware up there with him, the 2-car as well.
They're going to be side by side here for just a moment, though. That's going to take a little energy away. Now they're clear. Now what do? Where's this move? There we go, to the outside. Noah got blocked by the 77. Now a big push coming.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Austin Dillon out in front. He could be the guy who wins his way into the playoffs in the final race of the regular season. He has his teammate, Tyler Reddick, who's locked into the playoffs already, right behind him. Less than a half a lap to go. Cody Ware running in that 3rd spot.
Here comes Cindric in the 2. Keep an eye on him. I don't know if he has enough time.
And he doesn't have help anymore. It has dropped off as they come out of turn number 4. Martin Truex Jr. trying to fight back up there to get in points, but it's Austin Dillon who wins it